There was some very sharp messaging in the Prime Minister's address. So while it played out, if you missed the full address, what I want to do is play out some snatches from what he said at the BJP headquarters, where he's not just talking about the next government, he's talking about the India that he hopes to build in the time to come. So let's take a listen in to Prime Minister Modi speaking to BJP Karyakartas and to the nation at large on the back of a historic victory where the theme and thrust really revolved around ये मोदी की गारंटी है।
आज की इस हैट्रिक ने 24 की हैट्रिक की गारंटी दे दी है।
राजस्थान, मध्य प्रदेश, छत्तीसगढ़, the 3-0 clean sweep in the Hindi heartland has set the stage for BJP's Mission 2024. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi wants to conquer the final frontier this time.
आवाज तेलंगाना तक पहुंचनी चाहिए। भारत माता की, भारत माता की। आज की विजय ऐतिहासिक है, अभूतपूर्व है। आज सबका साथ, सबका विकास की भावना जीती है।
At the victory lap in Delhi on Sunday evening, Prime Minister Modi emphasized on the importance of Nari Shakti and youth, highlighting the agenda of Vikas.
रैलियों में मैं अक्सर कहता था कि इन चुनावों में नारी शक्ति ये ठान कर निकली है कि भाजपा का परचम लहराएगी। चुनाव नतीजों ने एक और बात स्पष्ट की है। देश का युवा सिर्फ और सिर्फ विकास चाहता है। जहां भी सरकारों ने युवाओं के खिलाफ काम किया है, वो सरकारें सत्ता से बाहर हुई है।
Hindi heartland voters have given thumbs down the opposition promise of caste census and PM Modi hammered the point home.
इस चुनाव में देश को जातियों में बांटने की बहुत कोशिशें हुई, लेकिन मैं लगातार कह रहा था कि मेरे लिए देश में 4 जातियां ही सबसे बड़ी जातियां हैं। और जब मैं इन 4 जातियों की बात करता हूं, हमारी नारी शक्ति, हमारी युवा शक्ति, हमारे किसान और हमारे गरीब परिवार।
Roaring from the party headquarters in the national capital, the Prime Minister gave his party a new war cry, Modi's guarantee.
ये मोदी की गारंटी है। और मोदी की गारंटी यानी गारंटी पूरा होने की गारंटी।
The final battle of 2023 was billed as a semi-final. The BJP has won it 3-1, getting a clear head start in the race for 2024. If the Congress wants to stay in the race, it will have to rewrite their script. Bureau Report, India Today.
Prime Minister Modi, you see an extra glow on his face after he won, because it's the if you've been on the job for 9.5 years, and this is the kind of a mandate you get when you're not on the ticket. I mean, while on the outside he's trying to keep his expressions very neutral, I mean, Dilli he'll have all these laddus just dancing all over his heart.
Mr. Modi, as we often, you'd speak about 9.5 years, Rahul. He's been in public life for over 40 years. Started off as a pracharak. The reason for Prime Minister Modi's success is he's been a pracharak for 15-20 years. He was a BJP General Secretary for 10 years. Both State Secretary in Gujarat, then General Secretary. So mastered his state, then went in as General Secretary. I keep saying a reporter must master his or her own state before you go national. Then became Chief Minister for another dozen states and now Prime Minister for 9. So you add up that, it's well over 45 years in public life. Once you've spent that length of time in public life, I think you've gone through so many experiences. Victory, defeat, Mr. Modi's seen it all. He's gone through the dark days when the BJP was a very small party. This is the imagery told to me by an Ahmedabad journalist of that 87 municipal elections, their first big victory, where he was in charge of the campaign, but Amit Shah was one of his karyakartas. They were putting up posters, going on bikes. I've always thought of the image of Amit Shah on the scooter and Mr. Modi riding pillion with him. They've come through the grind. And I think, therefore, while there's these celebrations here today, let's not forget that this is a journey. And I think, therefore, you will find Mr. Modi is a step ahead of his rivals, because when you've gone through so many experiences, you have an instinctive sense of how to react in particular situations. That's what's always
struck me. If the rivals were smart and you had sharp government versus smart rivals, then it's one thing. For example, our Congress reporters are telling us that Rahul Gandhi is now heading off to the Southeast Asia for 8 days, Malaysia, Indonesia. So while the Prime Minister is thinking about the next election, thinking about what follows, the rivals don't seem to have their heart in the job in the same fashion, or they think of it as a corporate job. If it's a regular job, and you feel like this, that's fine. But if this is politics, and if you're up against the most formidable election machine modern day India has seen, then you have to fight them in the same way. You cannot say, "Main ja raha hu abhi apna Christmas manane ke liye, New Year manane ke liye." You won't get the job done.
Rahul, I keep giving the comparison of Virat Kohli in cricket. There will be Indian cricket pre-Virat and post-Virat. And what is post-Virat? You have to be remarkably physically fit to play for India. That ability that even at the age of 35, 36, you could run the hard singles, you're there grinding it out, improving your fitness levels, is what you've got to do now in politics as well. Politics cannot be the old style campaigning. You come just before the elections, wave your hand, make the occasional speech, remind people of the past. Nostalgia doesn't work anymore. You've got to connect on a daily basis. You look at Mr. Modi's daily program. He will have 3 meetings addressing 3 very different audiences. He could be with CII in the morning. He could be with a farmer's body doing a virtual address in the afternoon. And in the evening, he could be with his own BJP karyakartas. So you've got different audiences being, in a way, addressed every day, 3 times a day. That's how politics has changed in this country. So I think, the opposition knows it. It's not as if, Rahul, there are no opposition leaders who can't do this. I refuse to accept that. I believe this country has enormous political, meritorious politicians who can summon up the same hard work. Will they get the same opportunity?